Boom! Yo. As a man, I wish I could speak for women, but I can't. I can tell you that I think the most powerful men, the men that win, are the ones that learn to manage it all. What do I mean? Light implies dark, day implies night, life implies death. In every man, there's good and there's evil. I wouldn't necessarily even know if I'd say it's evil. I'd just say there's light and there's dark. I can get real philosophical here, but I'm going to try not to. The reason I would say I don't know if it's good and evil is because would it be good if the sun never set? Would it be good? How would we know good if there wasn't the inverse? You know, what if it never rained? Would you appreciate the sun? I don't know. But I'd say in every man, there's light and there's dark. And I think the most powerful men are those men that learn how to manage all of it. You know, through the renewing of your mind, you know, your mind, will, and your emotions, your soul, you know. Is your soul dark? Is your soul light? You've got to learn how to manage all of it. And then you've got to learn how to direct all of it to the things that differentiate you from being just a male or a boy, into the things that mean that you're a man. Your ability to provide and your ability to protect. Your ability to create and your ability to sustain. If you go too far to the light, you're weak. You just end up weak. You don't have a very robust strength to you. There's so much you can't see. If you go too far into the dark, you're also weak. So much that you don't have the positive power you need to affect change in any meaningful or lasting way. You've got to learn how to manage and harness both. That is to say, your person, by the grace of God, must learn how to become stronger than all of it so you can manage it well. This talk won't make sense to many, but it'll make perfect sense to some. And that few is who I'm talking to. Your beast will never go away. This body of death will exist as long as you spend time on this planet in this human experience. It's just part of the deal. But I believe it's your opportunity to understand lordship on a deeper and very intimate level. If your base nature controls you all the time, the fruit of your life will reflect that. That fruit being the results of seeking short-term, simple pleasures. Lots of fun at first. Generally not lasting high-quality happiness. If you can find a way to let the light, the higher level principles guide you, you know, Christianity for me, then what seems to be true is that you experience long-term, high-quality, stable happiness on deeper levels. Fulfillment that is not cheap, cannot be acquired with one move, one pill, you know, one experience. Then you wake up the next morning and you're like, okay. You know. These are deep things. But I think the most powerful men are the men that learn to harness both by the grace of God. Because those are the men that will be without fear in the face of adversity. Most humans are really only capable of the level of violence and intensity they've been exposed to. I believe there's a genetic component that can help you with that, and a cultural component. But as a principle, I think it's generally true that most humans are really only able to exude the type of intensity that they've been exposed to. And therefore, I think it's very important on a daily basis to go deeply into pain, deeply into sorrow, deeply into strength, deeply into discipline. Put those weights on. Move that steel. Crush yourself. Create stronger versions of yourself. Sacrifice yourself on the altar of your own progressive fight towards your destiny, purpose, and future. I think this is the way to live life, slaying dragons and being the hero of your own story, because no one else is going to do it. And this is the journey that helps you master both, so that one day, when that dragon shows up at your village, you're the man that's died 1,000 deaths in preparation for this moment. And because you've died those deaths, you've become strong enough to live 1,000 lives as intensely as possible, while the rest of the world remains asleep and settles for what they're given. And so, you're able to ride out valiantly, like the knight in battered armor, because your metal has been tested, and fight the good fight. And hopefully it's a good fight, and hopefully you win. But that's not always the point, because you've been living to die well the entire time. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm crazy. I can back it all up with the Bible if you dare me. And I think that's how you live a full life. I make these videos because I love you guys. Hope you're having an awesome day. Take a look around. Ask yourself what we're doing here. What all this is. Why am I living my life? What am I living for? Seek these things intensely. And remember your mortality. Hey, visit me at ByronRodgersMotivation.com. I'll see y'all in the next video. Out.